power of listening is extraordinary. When you look somebody in the eye and you're not just about your own self, but you're about them. You have empathy, or you listen to their fear, their story, their sadness. That is what changes people, to be listened, to be heard, to be understood. And I think art has that power, that transformative power, but it's not just about the actor or the dancer or the singer. It's about the song, it's about the dance, it's about the theater piece. And engagement is a two-way street. I mean, you have to listen to the person you're trying to engage. You can't just be telling them what to do or how much your own, I mean, sometimes your own passion is contagious, don't get me wrong. If you're hopeful and excited, that will have an impact in the other person. But sometimes you have to listen. It's got to be a two-way street. And I think too much activism is about telling the other people. I think this is a problem that progressives have in every single social movement I've been involved with. The women's movement, criminal justice reform. I mean, you name it. Every movement, it is a struggle between those who are trying to listen and reach the next layer of people and bring them in, versus people who are just expressing themselves. And, you need some self-expression, but you also need to listen.
Hello, it's Cooper. Might not recognize me. It's me. It's like peekaboo with a child. It's me, Cooper. But I'm alone, and you might want to see my mouth when I'm talking, so welcome to Beautiful Trouble. With our performers, they're going to be bringing you plenty of beauty. I'll try to bring some of the trouble. But there's a Beautiful Trouble where we couldn't have a big performance this year, so we'll give you what we can give you. So let's just get into it. Recently, a 26-year-old mom and OnlyFans star, OnlyFans, for those who don't know, is a freelance subscription-based adult video site. But a 26-year-old mom and OnlyFans star recently got into a gunfight with intruders in her backyard. Now, this story seems crazy, but what's really crazy is I didn't even need to tell you it was in Florida. In slightly lighter news, though, it was reported that the Dalai Lama has been advocating for climate change, saying that if he was still here, Buddha would be green, because Buddha and climate change go together like peanut butter and a brick. It makes it better, I guess? More politics. A white politician was recently accused of tweeting posing as a gay black man trying to sway voters for Trump's side before the presidential election. He said, quote, "I'm a black gay guy, and I can personally say that Obama did nothing for me. My life only changed a little bit, and it was for the worst. Everything is so much better under Trump, though. I feel respected, which I never do when Democrats are involved." I mean, that was something. That was just cut to me staring. Hello. Welcome back to the news.
Our affections, bought and sold on the black market of politics. Duped and dumbfounded, we feed on the news. Stuffed on nuggets of nothing. Empty calories of hopes crammed down our throats, and somehow we believe it will be different this time. Maybe this time, this one is for real. We can believe in this one, this time. But our dreams are tricked and traded in some back alley deal. Our knight in shining armor rides off with his helmet full of gold. where he retires on the lakeside, ignoring all of the promises, sinking in quicksand before him. His carefree smile shines over our sadness. Everything is some planned pageant, paraded before us, allowing us to participate by casting our cares into the ballot box, where they are lost forever into the endless void of politics.
Is it normal for people to board up their windows because they fear there will be riots no matter who wins? I don't think it is, and although I can only remember a few elections, I think I'd remember if people were this worried. They worry like I do about paying for health care. They worry they won't be able to marry the person they love. They worry they will be separated from their family at the border, or torn from their community after years of hard work doing a job no one else would. 4 years ago, I was told that although we had our concerns, it was only right to give our new president a chance. And we did. I only wish he had given us a chance too. A chance for future generations to have a habitable planet. A chance for frontline workers to have PPE. A chance to go to school without the fear of another school shooting. A chance to be tried in court instead of strangled on the side of a road. Although he may not have given us a chance, our founding fathers did. They gave us a chance to change our future by electing our leaders and protesting until the will of the people is the way of the world. This is democracy. This is our voice.
A lot of the songs that we're playing are very funky, very fun, catchy, along with, or that are really beautiful and impactful and graceful. But I think it's really important that our audience members leave the show knowing that there's a history behind it, and kind of taking that time to read, to listen, to go back and look at the lyrics and find out where they came from, or even just, Google is so easy right now. You can just look anything up, and everything comes up. So I would encourage audience members to enjoy the performance, and then afterwards kind of see where it all came from, and what steps that they can take.
I think the music, like all these music, carries a certain message, whether it's on a global scale or a personal scale. So yeah, I just feel like music, it can really speak to people.
There's far too many of you dying. You
I'll tell you what's going on. What's going on right now is women fighting for their rights.
When a woman is told that her skirt is too short, she will say, "I'm sorry." When a woman is told that her bare arms and collarbones are distracting to her peers, she will say, "I'm sorry." When a woman is shamed for being a prude and a bore to a man, she will say, "I'm sorry." And when a woman is shamed for being confident in her body and her sexuality, she will say, "I'm sorry." Were we not all born with the same body parts? The same shoulders, the same thighs and legs, the same collarbones? And if so, then why are we made to feel ashamed of what we were born with? When did our skin become an invitation to those in power to use and abuse us, to take what they want and leave the rest? Is a woman's sole purpose in a man's eyes to please them? And why is it that when a woman tells her story, people would rather look for a reason than look for the rapist? That people will go to extreme lengths to say that she was asking for it. Because when you say that the clothes that she was wearing were too revealing and caused a man to act impulsively, you are not justifying a rape. You are excusing it. Clayton Williams, former Texas governor hopeful, said, quote, "Rape is kind of like the weather. If it's inevitable, relax and enjoy it." They want us to lay down like dogs, to accept defeat, to be forced into submission like we are playthings, to be tossed around, leaving us broken and torn apart. We are told to make the best out of a bad situation. How can we do that when the systems put in place to protect us only protect those who hurt us? But boys will be boys, right? Young people are being taught every day by a corrupt society that they value a man's rights and virtues over a woman's body and safety. They would rather protect a guilty man over an innocent victim, and will show no remorse in doing so. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and ensure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. So I must ask this perfect union, where is the justice that you promised us?
Ah, Faustus, now hast thou but one bare hour to live, then thou must be damned perpetually. Stand still, you ever-moving spheres of heaven, that time may cease and midnight never come. Fair nature's eye, rise again and make perpetual day. Or let this hour be but a year, a month, a week, a natural day, that Faustus may repent and save his soul. O lente corrite noctis equi. Oh. Stars move still. Time runs, the clock will strike. The devil will come, and Faustus must be damned. Oh, I'll leap up to my God. Who pulls me down? See where Christ's blood streams in the firmament. One drop would save my soul, half a drop more my Christ. Oh, rend not my heart for naming of my Christ. Yet shall I call on him now? Oh, spare me, Lucifer!
That doesn't fit into any pre-done, women's rights or LGBTQ or mental health, any of the things we have. That's acting, baby. That's just good. That's something else. I mean, half a drop of Christ's blood, man, half a drop of his blood, I'll be the greatest actor in the world. That's something else, but we're gonna move on here.
I don't drink. A rapist doesn't have to be a stranger to be legitimate. Someone you never saw. A man with obvious problems. But if you've been in public with him, danced one dance, kissed him goodbye lightly with the closed mouth, then pressing charges will be as hard as keeping your legs closed while 5 fools try to run a train on you. These men, friends of ours, who smile nicely, take you out to dinner, then lock the door behind you. Women relinquish all the rights in the presence of a man who could apparently be considered a rapist, especially if he's been considered a friend and is no less worthy of being beat within an inch of his life and being publicly ridiculed, having 2 fish shoved up his ass. But then, the stranger we always thought it would be, who never showed up. Because it turns out the nature of rape has changed. We can now meet them in circles we frequent for companionship, see them at the coffee house with someone else we know. We can even have them over for dinner and get raped in our own houses by invitation.
I heard a woman becomes herself the first time she speaks without permission.
Then, every word out of her mouth, a riot.
Say beautiful and point to the map of your body.
Say brave and wear your skin like a gown or a suit.
Say hero and cast yourself in the lead role.
When a girl pronounces her own name, there is glory.
When a woman tells her story, she lives forever.
All the women I know are perennial. Marigolds, daffodils, soft things that refuse to die.
If this poem is the only thing that survives of me, tell them this is how it happened. Tell them I grew in Newtown.
Tell them I built me a throne.
Tell them when we discovered life on another planet, it was a woman, and she built a bridge, not a border.
I heard this is how you make history.
This is how you create a new world.
I'll tell you where a woman belongs. In the White House. So, you know, why not be second husband? Third, fourth, fifth, go all the way to like 48th. Who cares? Great. So I just sit around and then my wife comes home and tells me how crazy politics is. Sounds like a pretty good gig to me. Welcome back to the news.
But I think it's our obligation as artists, as people, to realize that our Black brothers and sisters, that our brothers and sisters of color, they're under attack. They're facing oppression, and their voices need to be heard. They deserve to be heard. And whatever platform we have, if that's an honors combo, if that's a social media platform, whatever voice that you have that other people don't, you have to use that. I mean, why wouldn't you? So even though I do not share racial identity with people who are under attack right now, I can support them and do whatever I can with whatever voice I have to make sure that their voices are heard and amplified. I'm turning on the speaker for them. So.
Black lives matter! Black lives matter! Black lives matter! Black lives matter!
I want to start with a quote from To Kill a Mockingbird. You never really understand a person until you consider things from his point of view, until you climb into his skin and walk around in it. White people will never be able to walk in a black person's shoes.
We demand our voices be heard. Our blackness shall no longer be seen as a weapon. The color of my skin is not probable cause. How many more of us have to die before people are held accountable?
Take it to the streets to fight the police, no justice, no peace. Take it to the streets to fight the police, no justice, no peace.
I want to say that it's not black people's job to teach others about black culture. It's supposed to be the job of the school system, but unfortunately, it has failed us. The only thing schools teach us about is slavery and segregation, and distributed change can't happen. Woo!
I chose this poem because it perfectly captures my experience being half Asian and white. I think it was beautifully written, and it was really important for me to share in this time of need. On Being Half Asian and White by David Menino, read by Abby Keynes. I am both rising sun and western sunset, where light romances dark, but the world sometimes does not have a place for the in-between, for a shade of gray, for my almost almond eyes, for my off-white skin. Being of two worlds in one shouldn't feel like the edge of war, where sides are chosen and negotiation constant. So, I guess I'll have to find a way to make the twilight last longer.
purposely chose all these songs because they all have sort of like a unique history. They all have a specific history behind them. And, you know, the real reason why we chose them is because we want to show, I guess, like these songs that, you know, you might not know Work Song. You know, it's not a super popular song, but like Libby said, like it has some really, really strong roots, and like it basically created jazz. You know, all these songs just sort of exemplify voices that might not have been heard, you know, in the past 2 weeks or the past month. Like, we're trying to just sort of, you know, exemplify that, you know, things are happening right now, and, you know, music is sort of just rounding it all together.
Breaking rocks out here on the chain gang, breaking rocks and serving my time. Breaking rocks out here on the chain gang, 'cause they done convicted me of crime. Hold it steady right there while I hit it. Well, I reckon that ought to get it. Been working and working, but I still got so terribly far to go. Say 5 years on chain gang, you gonna go. I heard the judge say 5 years of labor. I heard my old man scream, Lordy, no. Hold it steady right there while I hit it. Well, I reckon that ought to get it. Been working and working, but I still got so terribly far to go.
No word entrance for this one. Mental health isn't a joke. You know, right now we have a president who won't give up his office. Kanye West ran for office, even though he's just a rapper. And especially with quarantine right now, a lot of people aren't in a really great headspace. And there's been a lot of research and discussion opening up about, you know, making sure people have support for mental health during this really, truly hard time. So, you know, I know I'm supposed to be comedic relief, but it's not a joke. It really impacts a lot of people.
I feel? Are you being serious? How do I feel? Are you being serious? How do I feel on a typical day-to-day basis? I feel empty. The worst loneliness one could imagine. I feel melancholy, dwelling on negativity, which I can't help but overthink. I feel hopeless for my future, because my depression prevents me from doing what I want to do. But I get up, and I go to school, only to hear jokes about it in the hallway, watering down the experience of depression. But I continue on with my day. Then I have to come home. I stare at my homework, so my motivation isn't there. My friends call me. I don't answer, so I stare at my phone uninterested. I go to bed too focused on what I hadn't accomplished that day because of it. So to answer your question, on behalf of those with depression, I feel depressed. Can you really help me?
I don't understand why life has to be this way. Why me?
I don't understand why everybody hates me. Nobody understands me.
Why does she feel the need to break me down? I try my best to keep a smile on my face, but the pain is too much.
They don't get how I struggle to keep a good relationship with my parents, and I'm failing my classes.
The second I walk into my bedroom, I break down. Nobody knows what happens behind closed doors.
People assume I live this perfect life.
You never know what someone else's life is like, so why be me?
No one knows what happens when I'm at home. Every time I leave the house, I have to put on a mask to cover up the truth. I just don't understand.
I'm so done with all of this. I can't take it anymore. I have been nothing but nice to her, so why me?
The amount of therapists and counselors I have to see is insane, and they all think I'm depressed, and I'm not.
What pain does she feel in her life that she feels the need to dump it all on me?
I turn to anger and rage, and every part of me wants to scream.
Her life seems perfect. She has anything she could ever want. A nice house, a pretty face, and she's the most popular girl in school. What more does she need?
And there's Jordan. The girl lives a perfect life and is friends with everybody. Oh, I envy her.
I just don't understand
how she gets A's and manages to be friends with everybody.
How much more does she need to torment me until she realizes what she's done, how broken I've become, all because of her?
It angers me, and I don't mean to take it out on her. It just happens. I give up.
I rub my fingers. Not too fast, not too slow, but just enough to relieve my body of the stress that I have no reason to feel. My stomach starts to hurt. It churns as I look at the faces staring off into the world peacefully. Just how everyone else should, right? What if I'm abandoned? What if the world explodes? What if life isn't worth living? These are just a few of the thousands of thoughts that rush through my head every second. My vision starts to blur. I become frustrated with how I can't control what is happening to me and why I'm shutting down like a broken engine. People stare at me, making me overthink every word I say, every breath I take, every move I make. They laugh and stare. They say, you should just ignore it. Like a punch right in the heart. I know I'm not the only one experiencing this, but it feels like I deserve to be in an insane asylum. I say, everyone experiences anxiety. Am I right? Yes. To the point where your world turns upside down, your heart beats 1,000,000 times a second, 24/7, and you overthink every single little thing you do, and it kills you inside. Physical health may be more important to schools than your own sanity, Or your family could call you an overreactive child for the way your mind overexhilarates your body. But I am not the only one experiencing this, and neither are you.
Whoa. Hey there. We're back. That was pretty crazy. No, still here. You thought it was just gonna be a chair, didn't you?
USA! 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 I feel like I just need to be hugged with everyone. Everyone gets hugs! Everyone gets hugs!
We've been together for 26 years, and we got married in New York last year, but it wasn't recognized in our home state of Ohio.
Recently, people on Twitter have been attacking the hashtag Proud Boys movement by taking it literally and posting images and tweets that are about gay pride. They're proud boys. This obviously is not great for the Proud Boys, as they like to call themselves, but oh no, man, the white guys are getting attacked.
Friends I have at home that aren't lucky enough to be able to move somewhere else can get married, or I can have a ceremony at home. I don't know, I can't wait to call my mom.
You never listen. You raise your Bibles and cry out, "Love thy neighbor," but I am your neighbor and you don't love me. You cry out, "Marriage is holy," but not ours. Our love is not for you to pass judgment on. It's not a weapon to be used on your path to righteousness. It's just love. Love that cannot be defined between two genders. It's just love. You never listen. But I have no more stones to cast. Because I'm tired. I'm tired of arguing like my love is political, like a law could ever be used to regulate it. And yet now, finally, I won't stop yelling. I will yell until the world is so sick of tolerance that there is no cure, no way to rid the love and respect from your minds. And you'll think back on this day with regret. Regret for not listening to a young woman who saw the world more clearly than you ever could. I am not an abomination. And we will not burn. Our love is not a crime. Love thy neighbor. Love thy neighbor.
Yeah. I've got one. So there's this guy. Queer as a $3 bill. Guy's father doesn't know about his son. So one night, father comes downstairs into the basement when he's supposed to be out of town and catches his son with another boy. And so he starts beating him. And not the slap kind, the real kind. And the boyfriend just yells, "Stop! You're hurting him! Stop! Stop!" And the guy just replies, "Get out." So eventually, the boyfriend just did. I don't know why I can't save anybody. You know what? Forget it. Things are good now. I'm good now. I can make the love of my life any second now, and that'll be good. That'll be good for me. I just need to find the right guy. The right person.
I'll be out in a minute. Just hold on, okay? Just warm up the car. I'll be soon. All right. I need to talk to you before I go. It's kind of serious. Oh no, Mom and Dad know I won't be out for a minute. They know. Yeah, don't worry. They're waiting for me. Yeah, they're waiting for me. Look, I really have to tell you this before I go. Yeah. No, dinner was great. It's not about dinner. The turkey was great. Oh, it's delicious. It was the best Thanksgiving yet, Grammy. Yeah, it's really fun to see everyone again. You know, all the cousins and those people. I love them. But, Grammy, please, just let me talk, okay? Thank you. Now, I've been thinking for a long time. Do you remember when you always told me that how much the boys chase me because of my amazing good looks? I've been kind of running away from them all. I'm not scared of them. It's not like I'm scared of them. It's more like I'm interested in someone else. Who? Someone special. Well, it's not actually. What's his name? His name is, well, I'm not sure if I can say this. Embarrassed? I'm not embarrassed. It's not because of this. But I just feel like it's not what you're gonna expect. I know it's not what you're gonna expect. I don't know how to say it, but well, like, if you really want me to say it, I would say it. Her name is Eve. Okay. Yeah. Oh, thank God. The wishbone worked. Thank you, Grammy.
We're about to finish up with Beautiful Trouble here. If the pieces haven't gotten you inspired so far, I'm sure these next few will. It's been wonderful to be able to do something this year. We weren't able to do everything, but maybe next time we'll be able to be in person for this. But until then, enjoy these last pieces.
And I am Beatrice. We are grade 7 students from the Braintree School in Uganda. We are here to talk to you about COVID-19 under the theme Beautiful Trouble. One of the ways COVID has been beautiful trouble is the cleanliness that it has taught us. The repeated hand washing results into cleaner people, cleaner environments, and extra care not to touch surfaces. Of course, this leaves us healthier, it leaves us germ-free, and consequently we feel better. Secondly, especially here in Africa, we have reduced road deaths by almost 90%. There are no road accidents, there isn't any reckless driving, and yet we have clearer highways. You see, many countries went into lockdown and that meant fewer travelers. But again, it meant that humans became a lot more conscious with their lives. For why would one wear a mask and then die in a road accident? Still, due to lockdowns imposed on us as a result of this pandemic, fewer cars on roads means less emissions. Less emissions lead to bluer skies and clear air. So why wouldn't I refer to COVID-19 as beautiful trouble? Indeed, it is because we now breathe in fresher air and our planet is a lot healthier. Another funny factor I need to realize is this. The pandemic has created closer relations between family members. We have had to spend valuable time with our parents in no other form before. As children, it used to be only weekends and special holidays like Christmas. In fact, some of us originally thought our parents were forbidden from staying home. This pandemic has proven us otherwise. We have had hearty discussions and shared so much with them. In my country, we have had the academic load reduced, the Curriculum Development Center cut back some topics from our syllabus. This as a result of COVID-19. I am tempted to smile and call this beautiful trouble. If it had not come, we would have carried the load of all topics. Now we ask, if we don't learn them during the pandemic, do we need them thereafter? Finally, I have found that in this pandemic, there is plenty of information on disease control. I have seen a lot of adverts from the health ministry educating the population on how to avoid the disease. This is great, though it wasn't the case before. Therefore, fellow learners, thank you for listening to our talk. We hope we have shown you how the pandemic, troublesome as it has been, has still been beautiful in some ways.
Well, I will tell you something I learned, and I didn't learn it until the Obama campaign in 2008. Literally, the brain works differently when there's hope than when there's fear. Literally, the neurons fire faster and better, and you can solve problems better. You're more alive, you're, less depressed. And so there's something about art, whether it's a good piece of theater or a good concert, that opens up hope, that gives you a sense of what's possible. And I think, the other side tries to rule with fear, and there's a reason for that. Shuts down the brain, shuts down, or gets people just angry, and they're in an angry mode. And here's the thing: when you are alive and doing something you love, you're much better able. It's infectious. Hope is infectious. So is fear. That's what they count on. It's a form of social control. But hope is infectious. And when you are happy and you're feeling good about things, it's infectious. I have, whether it's politics, like electoral politics, or whether it's an idea, I have been the most moved when people have talked to me out of their own excitement, not their own ideology, not the ideas, but when they have shared their own story of change. That's what has excited me and magnetized me to their movement. And that's what art has the ability to do.
I don't know if you can hear me, or if you're even there. I don't know if you will listen to a humble prayer. They tell me I am just an outcast. I shouldn't speak to you. Still I see your face and wonder, were you once an outcast too? God help the outcasts, hungry from birth. Show them the mercy they don't find on earth. The lost and forgotten, they look to you still. God help the outcasts, or nobody will. I ask for nothing, I can get by, but I know so many less lucky than I. God help the outcasts, the
it's over. We're done. Thank you for watching, and I hope you've been inspired.